Okay, right. More youth, more matches. The 20-match marathon. Gold United, right. So 3 for 3 wins so far. This was with the same tactic. So 10 shots to 2. Yeah, it's pretty obvious that this situation is... I mean, it doesn't happen when you're in the divisions. This situation where you have these 20 matches in the last day of the league period. It's so far from ideal. It's not good at all. It won't... I mean, you know, you can argue that the results of the training matches don't matter and so on, but obviously you'd still rather play them than not play them. You know, you still rather, let's say, the assistant manager played them than they weren't played at all. So, and that would be the case in future seasons. Just, yeah. It's pretty easy to see how you end up in this position, though, to be honest. Because before we put the assistant manager in the game, this was kind of an issue that it's just sort of very easy to constantly put off. I think a lot of people are in that boat. It's just very easy to put off playing the matches, and then you just end up with too many on the last day. Like 20, it's just ridiculous. 20 matches in a day, which obviously isn't even in a day because somebody doesn't usually have the whole day, right? They're just going to have some kind of window to play them. But like, yeah, feels like a lot anyway. That's what I can say. Like at this moment, I'm very like. I'm like exhausted, but yeah, I'm not. I guess there are people out there who can play a computer game for 10, 20 hours straight or whatever. So just. Right, let's just focus on seeing if we can see something to win, because I think there are a bit, we are that one bit at the end, that one, a couple of times I've seen it. We have had a couple of shots as well. To be fair, we haven't looked super dangerous, I'd say, on the whole. But they don't look like they've done anything though. So for now, I think the fact that we have had a couple of shots and we have been a couple of... Ooh, that was such a good chance. Yeah. Oh, close. unlike a lot of these matches, like I'm feeling okay. Like the chance flow is sort of there, feels decent. Yeah, okay, we scored. It felt good enough that we were gonna score, sort of thing, but like it felt good enough. I don't know how to put that. It wasn't feeling. I think I've put it in. It felt decent. I think that was the right word. It felt like it was decent enough. Not great, but it just felt like it did really sort of feel like the goal was coming. We just needed to be patient there. That combined with like what were we going to change anyway? Like it felt like it wasn't like we were creating nothing. We had a decent chance flow, so. And the thing is, with a tactic like this, when I say what we're going to change anyway, the thing is with the tactic and the personnel and whatever, there isn't a lot we can change, to be honest, to help us attack more. Really. There's little bits we could do if we spot something very specific that's wrong to exploit or whatever, but, mostly what we can do is change it to be less attacking and more defensive, but that's not what we need when we need a goal. So... it's a very attacking tactic, and that hopefully is pretty obvious. And I would say that is GG. I think we just win. I was going to say it's like a bit of a shame we don't get to do this for a season in the league, but I guess it's, probably it'd be more interesting if we didn't get to do that anyway. These matches are just too easy, really. I think I don't know if too easy. Yeah, well, obviously it's too easy, but it's like for the team that we have. But I think it's just not interesting enough when don't have to fight a little bit more than we have to get the results. But we'll keep going. It is the sort of situation where realistically, like, we should definitely be going into every match, like, looking to win, almost expecting to win. Obviously, some of them will be really straightforward and we'll just win. Others, it will be less straightforward. And potentially, the decisions sort of matter in that maybe you don't make the right decisions, you don't win. You get a few of those thrown in there, and we need to make sure we make the right decisions. But it is sort of like the challenge here really is to sort of like look to win every match, which is super hard to do. No matter how well you've got anything set up, winning every single match literally is like really difficult. Right, let's stop that MC on. Everybody's Makalas. Ha! Missed. Well, lucky it doesn't matter. Again, I don't think his finishing's ridiculously high either, so, you know, and his composure. It's decent, but it's not like 80s or anything. It's, what is it? 60 composure, so there you go. It's not, yeah, okay. Can't complain. Lucky, like I said, lucky it just doesn't matter. I guess I'll bring this guy on. I might as well make the third sub because only a few minutes left. Not quite sure what to bring on, to be honest. Let's bring this guy on again. I guess for this guy, I think that guy is kind of the best from the perspective of, like, he is a right AMR, so we won't want to keep him, and he's not good enough to put to a different position or whatever. But I mean, I guess when I say that, I mean the one that sort of has the most prospects of getting a transfer bid that's more than sort of 10k or 20k for him. Like maybe get 100k or something for him, you know. Maybe not too. Just I should have researched that more before I played all these matches, to be honest. Again, it's just don't really have time, and it's a bit late now anyway. We just I say don't really have time. We had so many matches to play. We just had to just get cracking, so to speak. And I don't suppose it matters too much with these players because either way they're all. I mean, we can quickly check. I mean, I do think. Yeah, he is. So out of all the substitutes, he is the one that, you know, has the best chance to be worth a little tiny bit. That the training options might lead to him being worth like 100 or something K potentially. So I was right about that. Okay, next match. 5 for 5. Right, did we think we dropped? We like didn't beat these guys once. Yeah, okay, we drew against them. And 2 1-0 wins as well. Oh wow, 16 shots. But yeah, so there have been 14. So we played well against this team, but the matches have been, on the whole, just like stats wise. But yeah, might try and be a bit sharper for this game and pay a bit more attention because the other ones were all so close, and we did draw one of them. Close scoreline wise, I mean, which at the end of the day, that's all that actually matters. Just is what the score finishes as. That's what the whole thing is about. So let's. I like their colours a bit, to be honest. The other teams, I mean, I think that looks okay. Just sort of whatever it is. Is it like a pink or peach? More like a peach or something, or a peach and maroon or something, or burgundy? I don't know. Looks alright to me. Wow. Okay. So I called it straight away that this match was going to be a little bit more to it than the other ones. It already is. Just trying. I don't know if it's something how they're set up at the back there, but it feels like they're kind of like breaking down our attacks a bit too like easily. It feels like, I don't know. It feels like we're not really creating the extra man. Also feels like it's a bit difficult for us to get the ball off them. And then that's just a great chance. We sort of just need... It's a tricky one. Yeah, I'm just going to hit pause. I feel like... if nothing else, I was right about the fact that this game wasn't going to be as straightforward as the other ones. Because at most, no matter what happens from this point, it definitely wasn't. Feel like they just can break it. Yeah, it's a bit easy. Okay, hopefully. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not as. To be honest, there's not a lot we can do. Because the issue is they're breaking him down in this area where we've got the players, but we already got all the instructions set to try to not have it stuck there anyway. You know what I mean? Like, we just sort of just want to bypass it. I think one thing... Alright, there's one thing we can potentially do. Yeah, it's a shame we didn't catch it. Very half chances, aren't they? So one thing we can potentially do is just set this guy to striker. I mean, the other thing we can do is set this. We'll just try this to target man and see if they just hoof it to him more. And just try and bypass that midsection, that sort of section that's behind him to. It's not much of a try, to be honest, leading into the second half. It's 1 minute. So, right, I think we've got to try that a bit longer if we want to try it. The other change, though, was to move the other guy off a poacher, just to try to get him involved in the build-up more, basically. Our build-up basically being to try to encourage our team to just be more okay with just hitting it over the top to him. I'll just try this for like a couple minutes. These chances are just not... You can see why we had a lot of chances in the other games and sort of struggled to score, because these chances that we're generating are just so... okay, well... I guess we're leaving it. I think the cross came from Lorena. You know, target man, like the passing the ball to him, ended up drifting wide, whatever. I feel like we've got to see this through a little bit longer now that we scored. Yeah, okay, right. Lucky we did, because yeah. So there you go. The change just pays off, and what was it in the end? Just changing the roles for our two strikers, just to try to encourage, basically just to, because what we had was striker and poacher, and instead what we did was we changed the striker to target man and the poacher to striker, which was basically just to encourage our team to just look more just to get it up to them, rather than to the poacher, for example, like he's just moving around looking for, like, not being, you know, they're not hoofing it to him, they're not sort of going route one to him or whatever, he's not looking to get involved in the build up or anything. So it's really just the role changes to just try to encourage our team a little bit more to just do that, basically. To just go to striker, score, as opposed to try to build up the play through the attacking sort of midfield area where the attacks were just breaking down time after time after time. This is actually a very good example of a match in the end. After all of those matches where there wasn't really much useful that we could change, there was this match where we've just sort of made the perfect low risk change. No subs involved, no big instruction, like nothing. Just two striker. Just change the roles of the strikers. That's it. Everything else in the tactic remained the same, and just completely it completely transformed the chances we were getting. Went from basically just transformed everything. And yeah, sure, it was the case that we scored off of them as well, which helped, but even without having scored off all three of them, just the fact that we are now creating some good quality chances instead of everything just being this really bad, long ranged, just really highly speculative shots that you could have you could have 20 of them in a match and not score any of them. And instead, these type of chances, like really good quality chance, we missed that. We didn't get that one, but we scored the other ones. Can't complain, sort of thing. And that's even better. It is speculative. It's not great, but at least it is front on. Some of these other speculative stuff was like from the corner of the box, like really unlikely to score. So is it over? Close. It's close to being over, I think. Hit the tactics to... Yeah, I really hope this is clear exactly what happened with those striker role changes. We're just looking to just get the ball in behind their defenders. So change the striker roles to just encourage more to say, hey, right, you can pass it to me, I'm okay. Whereas at Poacher, you're sort of not saying, Poacher, you're saying, no. Do the build up, give it to me, I'll tap it in, sort of thing. Whereas striker is more like, yeah, I'm more happy to be involved. And target man is more like, give me the ball, give it to me, hit it to me, whatever. I'll run for it, I'll go for the header, I'll do whatever, just get it to me. So, right. And then I think straight away we'll just hit this stop again and hope we catch it, and hope they don't score, and then hope that we catch it before the match finishes, and then we can make our last couple of subs. We may not catch it. In fact, we probably are not going to catch it. Okay, we haven't caught it. We don't get to make the subs. We probably should have made them. Oh well, what can you do? Well, other than of course make them before. Okay. So yeah, that was pretty that was not looking good at all until we made that change, and then it was just cruising to victory. So, got out of jail there. So, right, 2 left. We'll start another video and we'll get them done.